All right. Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to One Simple Change. My name is Kimberly, and we've got Rebekah on here. And we have been best friends for a long time and locking arms. We love to share education about helping people and encouraging people on their health journey. So our theme tonight is One Simple Change. Our mission is to inspire healthy living around the world. And we're going to share some really cool stuff that we've learned along the journey that we want to share with you as well. So in order to talk about health, we kind of have to start with the bad news and just look at the real statistics of health in our country. And it's pretty grim. The statistics here in the United States are that 1 in 4 people will die of heart disease, 1 in 2 women, 1 in 3 men will develop cancer, 1 in 3 will have diabetes by 2050. That's shocking. And 1 in 5 children is obese. And as a mom of 5 children, like, this is very alarming to me, especially this quote at the bottom that says, our children are more harmed by poor diet than by exposure to drugs, alcohol, and tobacco combined. And so when I started learning this when I was age 25, before I became a mom, what got my attention was the statistics on heart disease and cancer, because I had both of those in my family history. My dad had cancer at the age of 40. And my husband's father, unfortunately, had heart disease starting at age 30, had 2 triple bypass surgeries, and then he died of a heart attack at age 40. So this was very real to me and was very eye-opening to me. And it made me want to do something about it. So wherever you're at on your health journey, whether you've seen these statistics before, whether you've experienced it, or you know somebody that's experienced this, I mean, everybody now knows somebody who has battled cancer or heart disease, and it's just getting worse and worse. So why is it that we are so unhealthy? There's 2 main reasons that we've learned on our journey about what contributes to these disease statistics. Number 1, and why they're growing, because that's also very alarming, especially as a mom when you have kids. You know, those are what's their future going to look like? What's the disease statistics going to look like in the future? So number 1, environmental toxins are increasing. I mean, they see this graphic and you just think about just the cycle of all of these pollutants that get in our water and in our food. And it's just this big, circle of chemicals and, prescriptions and over-the-counter drugs. And these chemicals get in our skincare products, our hair care products, our plastics. Wherever it comes from, it all ends up in our body, and it ends up being a toxin in our body that contributes to these diseases like cancer and heart disease. So that's the number 1 reason. The number 2 reason is that food quality is decreasing. More than 50% of what Americans eat is processed. If you think about the grocery store, like, all of your healthy stuff is on the perimeter, right? All your fresh, unprocessed food is on the perimeter of the grocery store, and there's just shelves and shelves and shelves and shelves of stuff that will last forever. Maybe not forever. I do have a Twinkie that has lasted for 16 years, but they last for a very long time, right? Because there's preservatives, there's enhancers, there's all of these chemicals and growth hormones, there's GMOs, pesticides, trans fat. Now, trans fat is molecularly changed, so that it is shelf stable and will last forever. And the first trans fat that was developed was Crisco. So I know when I grew up, my mom had 1 thing of Crisco that, I think maybe she used for pie baking or something every once in a blue moon. But I think it was the same jar of Crisco my entire life, 18 years. So, if you think about where you encountered Crisco, it will last forever, right? So what does your body do with that? Does it even recognize it as food? And the answer is no. It becomes a toxin in your body because your body does not recognize it as food. And so therefore it contributes to these diseases. So not only that, okay, so that's the bad news about processed food, and many of you probably know this, but then there's also, what's happened to our fresh, nutritious food. Take broccoli, for instance. It could lose up to 50 to 80% of key nutrients before you even purchase it. That's because of the farming practices. It's picked too early. It's transported on a truck thousands of miles. It's not just broccoli. That was a statistic that on a study in broccoli in 2001, but It's on every fruit and vegetable that's in your grocery store. I mean, think about, you walk into the produce section, you're used to seeing green bananas, right? Because they pick them so early that they have, and they haven't even had time to vine ripen. And so they are, up to 50% less nutritious than if you just picked a banana, when it was vine ripened and ate it. So I don't know that many of you are growing bananas in your backyard. That's not easy to do, but if you live in a place where you have access to fresh bananas, it's much more nutritious to eat them, fresh. And all of our, strawberries are like that. I mean, all of our fruits and vegetables are like that. Just the bananas you can see, and taste is a good indication. If you've ever eaten a fresh strawberry that has grown on the plant and you eat it when it's vine ripened, I mean, it's red and juicy all the way through, and it tastes so much better than that strawberry that was picked too early and it's in your grocery store and you bite into it. It may taste a little bit okay. It may taste okay, but there's not red all the way through. There's like some green in the middle, and it just does not compare to the taste of a fresh strawberry that you've picked yourself, right? I mean, most of us have been to pick your own strawberry field, so we know the taste difference, or a farmer's stand, we know the taste difference, and that's an indication of nutrition. So when I started learning all this, like, it all made sense to me, but it was just like so mind-boggling. It was like, okay, so what do we do about it? And all experts agree that these 6 things are what contributes to us being healthier, to less risk of those diseases that we saw in the first slide. So exercise, sleep 7 to 8 hours, manage stress, drink water, use safer products. A lot of you have probably switched to cleaner products, or at least are aware of that, because there's been a lot of education on that out, even in the news, for the last 5 or 10 years. And so that's a good thing. And then number 6 is eat real food. And that really is, we put it at the last one, but that really is the most powerful one out of all of these things. And it's the one that can make the most difference if you focus on that one. And so when you think about all these things, and I'm sure none of this is a shock to any of you, because you've heard these things, these things, but sometimes we have more control over different ones than others. Like, we may work in a really stressful job that we can't always reduce our stress, or, we may have a newborn baby and we're not always getting enough sleep at night. So the most beneficial one to focus on, if we're just talking about one simple change, how to be healthier, the one that we have the most control over is eating more real food. And so that is where my journey started. And I began to get really excited about getting more fruits and vegetables in my body. So now we're going to talk about why fruits and vegetables, like, why is that the one simple change that is going to do the most good for your health? And this is one of my favorite quotes that was in Time magazine in 2003. I think it needs to be in every article published on health all the time, but it's so, so powerful. And to me, it was just so empowering to learn this. It's this: the news isn't that fruits and vegetables are good for you, it's that they're so good for you, they could save your life. Now think about that. Like, I knew fruits and vegetables were good for me. I didn't eat them all the time, but I did not know that they could actually save my life and help me prevent disease like cancer and heart disease. And when I began to learn that, it was in 2004. I started on this journey of getting more of this awesome produce that you're looking at in my body. Now, I had a problem because my husband wouldn't eat any of it. So I had to find a solution. And I honestly didn't like a lot of it. So we did have to find a solution. We're going to get to that part. We do have an awesome solution. If you're like me and like, how do I get all this in my body every day? And I don't have time, and it's expensive. And there's, all the reasons why it's a challenge for us to get this. But before we get to our solution, I want to tell you about something called oxidative stress and antioxidants. This is really cool. So this is what fruits and vegetables do in your body and why you want as many as you can possibly eat in a day. So this apple is an example of what is called oxidative stress. If you cut an apple and you leave it, the oxidative stress, the free radicals, the oxidative stress will turn it brown. That's exactly a parallel of what happens in your body. Your cells get attacked by free radicals, which are unstable molecules, and it's a browning, it's a rusting. It leads to all these aging and disease problems, okay? So you don't want this rusting. So what prevents that in an apple? Well, if you squeeze lemon juice on an apple, the antioxidants in lemon will protect that apple from the oxidative stress and it will not turn brown. Same is true in our body, but not just lemons. Every fruit and vegetable has antioxidants, which will protect your cells from those free radicals. So if you have thousands of free radicals in your body from those things we saw in the beginning, like the, toxins and the chemicals and the processed food, those all bring free radicals into your body. Even something good like exercise brings a small amount of free radicals in your body. So you can't get away from having free radicals in your body. What you can do, and again, this is the good news, is you can load your body with tons and tons and tons of antioxidants, and they will neutralize those free radicals and protect your cells, which means slowing down aging and preventing disease. So that is so, so exciting to me. And that's why I get so excited about antioxidants. My kids learned that term early in life. And so a lot of times I'll refer to antioxidants when I want to encourage them to eat fruits and vegetables. They need to get more antioxidants in their body. So this is a really, kind of a simple visual to explain how good fruits and vegetables are in your body, that they do so much. So how many do we need in a day? Well, actually, experts say 7 to 13 is about normal. Athletes or anybody under stress or anybody fighting disease need to eat even more. And really, we're seeing that even more today in our culture because of our farming practices. Produce is picked before nutrition fully develops. It's transported thousands of miles. 90% of Americans don't eat enough. We don't get enough variety. So really, a lot of people are saying that you need more like 20 to 24 servings a day to be the healthiest that you can possibly be. Now, who can do that unless you're juicing all day, which I did have friends that were juicing. And so what I had been doing up to that point was trying to fill in the gaps with multivitamins. And a lot of people do, maybe you have. So multivitamins versus whole food is a totally different concept. So if you look on the left side here, there's a supplement fact label and there's that yellow multivitamin there. It's just a few things. It's just a few vitamins and nutrients that are pulled out of, extracted from fruits and vegetables and then put in really high doses and put into a multivitamin. But the problem is many times your body doesn't absorb it. Nurses refer to it as bedpan pills. It goes right through your body. And it's really not doing that much good because your body doesn't recognize it in those mega doses. It doesn't recognize, just tons and tons of vitamin C. It might absorb a little bit, but not much. Whereas if you eat an apple, look at the label on the apple. You're getting all these tiny science has identified up to 10,000 phytonutrients that are in an apple. So you're getting tiny amounts of all these things, but working together in synergy makes a huge difference. You're going to get, even though on the label there would not be as much vitamin C, you're going to get more vitamin C from eating an apple than you would from the multivitamin because your body recognizes it. It works together in synergy and it can absorb it. It's bioavailable. So research has shown that isolated vitamins that Americans have turned to try to fill in the gaps, to try to do healthy things for their bodies, are doing more harm than good in many, many cases. So to finish off my story, when I started learning all of this, and I had friends who were juicing, and I had done the multivitamin thing, all growing up, my mom was trying to do the best thing that she could. She found Juice Plus for her and my dad, and she told me about it. And I was 25 at the time, and I just said, you know what, this is great. I'm so happy for you, but I'm young and healthy. I don't need to think about my, my health. And then I began to learn all of this, which I just shared with you. And she was really great in explaining to me about antioxidants and explaining to me how good fruits and vegetables could be for me. And that's when I made the decision to join her and my dad. I'd also seen really good things in their health. And so my whole my whole thought around starting on this journey and taking Juice Plus, which is a way to get all kinds of fruits and vegetables in your body every day, was solely for prevention, to be able to invest in my body now, because I wanted to be a mom someday. I wanted to be healthy, 20, 30 years down the road. And my husband was too picky to eat any fruits and vegetables. And I didn't want to juice every day. So I saw Juice Plus as like juicing made easy. And so I started on the capsules, and my husband started as well. And we began to see great things happen in our health. We started sleeping better throughout the day. We started noticing more energy. My skin cleared up. We noticed that we weren't getting sick as often, like our immune systems were getting stronger. He had chronic congestion, and that cleared up. I had seasonal allergies, which cleared up, and I wasn't getting headaches as often. So a lot of these little things that I had accepted as normal, and I thought I was really healthy, when things started improving in my health and I got even healthier, it was exciting to me. And it was exciting to me to know that I was doing something that was investing in my future health. That gave me a peace of mind that I was fighting those disease statistics that were in my family, like cancer and heart disease. So I was very excited about Juice Plus, not only for my results, but also for the peace of mind for the future. And I began to share it with a lot of friends, and I partnered with the company, never even dreaming that this would become a full-time career for me, which it has. And I just fell in love with the being a part of other people's health journeys, and this feeling of excitement when they saw health changes. And so I'm getting a little distracted here because my kids have come in, but I now have 5 really healthy kids. And that to me today is even more motivating for me to share it with more people, because I think we in this country have got to get more nutrition in our kids to give them a fighting chance for the future. And this is something that's so empowering to me as a mom, that I can get 30 different fruits and vegetables in a yummy tasting chewable that they love taking every single day, and I don't have to fight them. And they do eat a lot of fruits and vegetables as well, which was awesome. Now, they don't eat perfect. I am not a perfect mom. I am just so grateful I found something like Juice Plus, so it fills in the gaps for my family every single day, and that gives me a lot of peace of mind. So I love sharing this with others. This is what drives me and excites me, because I just feel like it's the most empowering thing to not only understand why fruits and vegetables are good in your body, but then have a simple solution to be able to do that every day, and something that you can stick to. I mean, I had tried different things and watched my mom try different things to be healthy over the years, and it was so hard to stick to those things. And I've had friends that were juicers, and then they don't stick to it, So anyways, I love sharing Juice Plus. It has definitely become a incredible part-time business for me that has given me financial options as well, to be able to stay home with my kids and be a full-time mom and have flexibility and time freedom. And at one point I was trying to pay my mortgage. And so my Juice Plus business was able to do that. And then we were able to sell that house and then build our dream house. And we get to travel with our kids, and we get to do a lot of amazing things because we have the health to do it. And then we also have the finances to do it. So Juice Plus has blessed my family's health and my finances. And so we offer solutions for both those things. The other thing I will say is that my husband has now outlived his dad. And we were just realizing that the other day, how much of a blessing that is, because he was 12 when his dad died. And now our oldest son is 15. And to just see my husband in good health and know that we're doing something that can continue to give us that peace of mind in the future is absolutely priceless. And that's why I love sharing it with others. So Rebekah, I'm going to let you take it over from here.
Awesome. Well, I love hearing your story, Kimberly. And I heard about this journey and this product and business from Kimberly. So I was one of the not the first person, but one of her first friends that she shared this with when she was real serious about sharing this with people. So I can't thank you enough, Kimberly. But at the time, I was working as a personal trainer at Vanderbilt University. And I was waking up at 3:30 a.m. every single morning, Monday through Friday, and every other Saturday. And my husband is a teacher, a football coach. And so I knew I had to contribute to our household income, but I also knew there had to be a better way. I had a 2-year-old at the time and wanted to have other children. And we were also at the time searching for something to support our immune system naturally. So I was actually mad that I didn't hear about Juice Plus previous. Like I was like, how have I just heard about this? Because as a trainer, you do hear about a lot of things. And so it made immediate sense to me. I knew we weren't getting enough fruits and vegetables. So our family started on we started on the chewables, the gummies, right away for our 2-year-old. And then my husband started eating them and I started eating them, and we're like, oh, these are fabulous. And I can't believe they're so healthy. So we then ordered the capsules for us, but we'll still eat the gummies too. Because they're so good. But my 2-year-old, that's how we actually potty train him too, is on the gummies, which is really cool. But we had, we thought we were pretty healthy. We were just had turned 30, 31, I think at the time. So we thought we were pretty healthy. We were pretty healthy, but we started experiencing more energy, sleeping better, and recovering from workouts so much better. That second day soreness wasn't there. So that was a huge blessing that I wish I would have had. Both my husband and I have a background in college athletics too. So I still wish I would have had this in my body then, but I was thankful for it once I had kids and all of that. But we also were sick a lot less. And it just gave me the peace of mind as a wife and a mom, knowing I was putting something so good in our body every single day. And then fast forward a number of years, and my husband actually was diagnosed with cancer, Hodgkin's lymphoma, and it kind of came out of the blue and shocked us. But you can't, I always say you can't prevent everything, but you can hold it off or recover from it quicker. So the type of cancer he had, typically people get it in their young 20s, teens to 20s, or when they're really old. So he got it at age 39. So I like to think that, cancer doesn't just all of a sudden form in your body. It forms over years and years time, most of them. And so I like to say that, we had held it off for a long period of time, but his body just was under a lot of stress. And so that's really what triggered that. But he decided to go all in with his nutrition and go all plants, not just plant-based, but like if you hear the word plant-based, people eat more plants. Well, he was eating is plants. And he took about, I don't know, we took so much Juice Plus, I don't even know at this point how much it was, but it was more than we could afford. We had people buying Juice Plus even for us at the time. So my husband actually took a year off of work. He was pretty sick. And thank goodness I had been sharing Juice Plus for 8 years before that. And actually, like Kimberly said, had kind of just built a business because I was sharing with other people. I was so passionate about this message. And I had reached a level in our company to where we got medical benefits. And so not only did my husband, be able to take a year off of work, we had the medical benefits to be able to cover his cancer, which is a huge blessing. And I like to say that I'll report in that it's been 4 years. He was in complete remission in 2 months' time, by the way. And he did do some traditional cancer treatment, but not the extent of what they wanted him to. So 2 months' time, it took him to be in complete remission, no cancer. And now he's 4 years into being cancer free. So, and this child that just climbed up on my lap is a result of him being so healthy, because they told us that we wouldn't be able to have children after, and we were. So that is a huge blessing. We now have 3 boys. I was able to stay home and homeschool them and I was able to leave my job in 2012. So it's been 10 years since I stayed home, homeschooled my boy. Not everybody wants to homeschool, but I did. And it's just been such a blessing. And our family now has options that we never thought possible. We're healthier and, more financially stable than we've ever been in our lives. And it's just such a blessing. And we will definitely share this message forever and take Juice Plus forever. So now that we've mentioned Juice Plus, like what is Juice Plus? So we'd like to just go into that as we wrap up here. So Juice Plus is the nutrition from over 30 fruits and vegetables. and berries. And we also have a new, it's not super new anymore, it's been out for a couple years, but a new omega blend as well, which is all plant-based. There's no fish. We actually went to the source the fish get their omegas from and harvested that. So that's really cool. But Juice Plus is like juicing made simple. Like Kimberly was talking about people juicing. So that's what I love about this is actually if you have one of those high-tech blenders, or even if you don't, you can imagine putting the whole fruit, the whole vegetable in. All of these that you see here, it's like a big vat that they put it all in. So they're using the skins, the seeds, the peels, all of that part, all of that's healthy. There are some seeds that we can't use, but so can you imagine getting all this every single day in your body? Like there's just no possible way we're eating the variety and the amount that we can get in our body every single day. So if you think about, our bodies are made up of 70% water. Well, fruits and vegetables are at least 90% water, some of them even higher. And so that's how they're able to, extract or dehydrate at low temperatures, all of these, and fit them into a capsule or a gummy form. So it's pretty awesome. And then, like I mentioned, our omegas, we go right to the source. And February is Heart Health Month, so we're going to be really, talking about our omega. I've learned a lot about omegas and how important they are for not just your heart. I always thought heart, but brain and joints and skin and eyes. And a lot of people even, use the omega on skin. My son had some skin issues when he was about a year old, and we rubbed the omega on his skin and it cleared it up. And so it's just amazing how powerful omegas are for our bodies. And all of our capsules are vegan if you're into that thing. So just know that. And Juice Plus, like we had that picture of the apple, it's not that multivitamin we're extracting just a few, handful of nutrients. It's the whole food. And so it's got a food label, it's non-GMO. Like I mentioned, it's vegan and kosher and dairy and gluten-free. So basically you don't have to worry about that. And that goes for our capsules, and the gummies. There's, no allergens there. And there's a third-party certification, which is huge. Somebody comes in and certifies what we say is on the bottle. This is huge. What we say is on the bottle is actually in the product. So the quote unquote supplement industry isn't super regulated. So we make sure that we're above that, above all that certification, and that we have great product, that we have a great product. So it's also the most research. And this, for me, this was a huge, because my background is in exercise science and I've seen research and I've studied research. And when I saw some of the articles and some of the journals that were published in, it was huge. And I think the next slide shows like what the studies have done. And cardiovascular wellness, decreasing inflammation, quality of life, healthy cholesterol, lung function, skin and gums. I'm sorry, but what woman doesn't want healthier skin? And we're having healthier skin from the inside out. We have to start from the inside. It's one thing to put creams and potions on our face, but to have it be from the inside, that's a huge thing. Supporting our immune system and healthy DNA. We talk about the cancer, the heart disease, the obesity, all that stuff like that. That is so key. And the cool thing is we can help our children and our grandchildren and the next generation in our family. If we change our DNA, we're changing their DNA. Think about that. So it reduces oxidative stress, that picture of the apple and the lemon that Kimberly talked about. And then of course we want to know that it gets absorbed by the body. So one of our late doctors, Dr. Du Bois, who just was really one of the doctors that spearheaded this movement. There is nothing else available any place in the world with or without a prescription that has been clinically proven to do what Juice Plus has been proven to do. So that's pretty powerful. And then we have our Healthy Starts for Families program, where an adult, doesn't have to be a parent, it can be a grandparent, it can be aunt or uncle, it can be a neighbor. But anybody can sponsor a child for up to 4 years, and they can get Juice Plus for free. So it can be children has to be at least 4 years old. And it can be capsules or gummies. Obviously, most children choose the gummy form. And it's just a real simple way to get the gummies into children. And I'm telling you, I've tried other gummies and these like far surpass. I'm telling you, I have to watch myself sometimes because I find myself wanting to snack on them. And then I'm realizing, oh yeah, I probably should not eat, you know. And the cool thing about the gummies, you guys, and I don't know if you have any children or even adults that have experienced trouble going to the bathroom, but that has been a big thing for a lot of families, which we didn't know was a big deal until we started talking to a lot of moms and families. And the gummies have been really effective in helping regulate, especially children's, but even we have a couple adults that we've heard from too that have helped with them too. So that's an important thing. We all need to be regular, right? But what I love on our Healthy Starts for Families study that's been going on ever since I've been with the company, and before that, so probably at least 15 years or longer that we've been doing this, 60% were missing less days of school, 56 less prescription drugs. That's awesome. 71% were drinking more water. They're visiting the doctor less, consuming less fast food and soft drinks, and 61% were eating more fruits and vegetables. So we're changing their metabolic programming, which is amazing. And one of my favorite things, I have 3 of these, are tower gardens. And we have been growing these for about 10 years. I know Kimberly has 2 or 3 of them as well. And this has just been a huge really, I guess, belief builder for our family to like start from seed and seeing plants grow. You can grow them inside or outside. We now have a tower garden home. So you can do grow lights and do them inside year round. And this was a huge thing for when my husband had cancer, because the doctors were very leery about him eating produce from the store because of bacteria. So when you grow it yourself at home, you don't have that worry. So we grew all of our own greens, mainly greens, and had, big salads every day. And we're able to juice a lot of that stuff as well, because you can do cucumbers and tomatoes and all, pretty much everything that isn't a root vegetable you can grow on the tower garden. So it's pretty awesome. And then so affordable. So most of us, not me, because I don't actually do coffee, but a lot of people that spend at least $4 a day on their coffee. So think about how affordable Juice Plus is. And even if you don't drink coffee or buy coffee out, think about what you spend on a regular basis and think about how you can allocate those funds into Juice Plus. $2.50 a day. I mean, all of us spend that on something that's probably not extremely healthy for us. So, and then obviously the kids can get it for free. We have a Juice Plus complete shake that's really amazing. A lot of us do it for breakfast every morning or post recovery. I think Kimberly was.
I'm doing it for lunch right now. I just made a real simple one, but sometimes I put it in the blender and make it into a smoothie. But this is healthy fast food for my kids.
Well, and a lot of times my kids do the gummies, but a lot of times we'll do it in a blender and I'll throw the capsules in there. So they're getting extra nutrition from the capsules, and it's just a really great thing. And my baby, well, he's not really a baby anymore. He's a toddler, but I open up the omegas and squeeze that into his mouth. He likes the taste of the omegas. They actually taste kind of like an orange flavor. So super affordable to add all of that nutrition every day for sure. So I think that, all of us could find that in our budget, probably taking out a few things from our grocery cart every week, right? And then I think the last slide is just inviting you to just wherever you're at, just know that we are here to support you. Whether you're here for the free resources, we've got tons of those. Becoming a Juice Plus customer is really the best thing you can do for your own health, but also your family's health, because what we do, our kids and our grandkids and our, everybody around us, we model that for them. And then also if you're interested in sharing it to a few other people, we do have a program for people that want to do that and just be able to maybe afford their own Juice Plus more, maybe even get that paid for, or you can do it as a business, like that you really want to earn, extra income. My goal was just to pay for our Juice Plus at the beginning of all of this. Like if I could pay for our Juice Plus, that would be awesome. And then it became, okay, I want $500 a month. And then it became, okay, I want to leave my job and I want a comma in my paycheck. And so you can do that over time. It's such a blessing by just blessing other people with the gift. Like there's a gift on there. It's the gift of hope for health, hope for finances, especially in this time right now. People are looking for both. People are praying for a solution for their health and or their finances. And Juice Plus is a foundation that we can give them to give them that hope. So I hope you've enjoyed listening to us, and thank you so much for being on. If you have any questions, of course, reach out to the person that invited you to this call, and we'd be more than happy to share more with you. So
absolutely. Thanks for joining us. Or if you're watching this on recording, we appreciate you taking the time to educate yourself. And if we've inspired you to go eat an apple and get excited about the antioxidants that you're getting in your body, then we've done our job. Like get excited about fruits and vegetables because they're the most powerful, simple change that you can do. One of my other favorite quotes is that the miracle of fruits and vegetables was designed by God, and Juice Plus just gives us an easy way to get them in our body every day. So thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye.